Why is tolerance the core value of soft power? Hello everyone. Today, I want to talk about tolerance as the core value of soft power. Why is tolerance the core value of soft power? How does one's influence on others not come from imposition to gain it? This video will somewhat help you understand more about tolerance. As usual, a like and subscription to your channel will help the channel grow. Don't hesitate to take a few seconds to support the creators of this video. We'll get to the main content now. Soft power is defined as the ability to influence, not impose, so that others either do not harm you or do something you want without resorting to force or threat. From military to economy, humans tend to value hard forces over soft ones. Soft power is defined as the ability to influence, not impose, so that others either do not harm you or do something you want without resorting to force or threat. Soft power is the power from the inherent nature of cultural society, the ability to naturally win. Although truly a superpower, the strength and global influence of the United States far surpass their economic or military stature, thanks to their humanistic values. On the surface, one can see many things the world wants to emulate from America, from music, arts to lifestyle. The soft power of this country actually originates invisibly from their interpersonal behavior at home, not from foreign policy. It is the ability to build trust among people and between people and society. That trust is the greatest social capital. But where does this capital come from? It comes from the nature of social human beings. Tolerance as a prerequisite for the realization that common good and self-interest are an organic relationship. Tolerance is often understood in a general sense as a good quality, but it actually determines the level of economic development as well as humanistic character, laying the foundation for sustainable and harmonious development in society. Tolerance is a dominant attitude for humans to live positively, generously, easily letting go. Only through letting go can one accommodate more than what one has given. Tolerance is also the result of generosity, and through it comes sustainable development for oneself and for the surrounding society. But how can one be generous in a competitive, conflicted social environment, fighting for every inch of land to live? Self-preservation is a natural law. Humans must know how to protect themselves, care for themselves in order to exist to care for others. But individual existence and community development are two sides of the same coin. The nation community, society must rise so that the boat independent individual can rise along with it. Common interests and self-interests must be balanced for a harmoniously developing society. Nordic societies like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland have a tradition of high tolerance culture. Despite being small countries, they lead the world in economic indicators as well as social development. Their society sees criminals as a defect and a common responsibility, society's fault and not educating people, thus crime arises. So the solution is not capital punishment or imprisonment as punishment, but educational measures to give criminals a chance to reintegrate into society as good citizens. The aforementioned countries also advocate ensuring social justice so that no one is hurt to the point of harboring deep resentment towards the community they live in. Therefore, well-developed societies are often built on the foundation of tolerance, always giving people a second chance to start over, thereby maximizing the human resources for the common good. In the field of economic development, many countries pursue hard growth plans such as revenue, trade surplus, investment growth, because these are quantitative indicators to evaluate achievements, while the goal of the economy should be social development, how people develop comprehensively, from food, clothing to culture, spirit. That is the internal force, the bond strength between people, creating a total force. Social capital. High social capital is when each individual has enough confidence to be tolerant, to gain maximum trust from others. We often have a misconception that we can create values for ourselves. The value of an individual is actually nothing, no matter how many degrees, how much wealth one has, but rather the contribution of that individual to the total social value. If society benefits, society will return a portion of that benefit to the individual contributor. So, to create high personal value, first, one must care about the interests of others. The more value one brings to society, the greater the individual value. Tolerance is a necessary condition to forget self, to aim for common interests. The United States is what it is today because American people, from the time of its founding, have had a tradition of tolerant culture. Like many other countries, America has not escaped a brutal civil war. But immediately after the southern side surrendered to the north, both sides were ready to forget the past and shake hands to build the nation. The Southern military leader, Robert E. Lee, was still respected by the Northern winning side, becoming the president of a prestigious public university, Washington and Lee. His life is honored in many places, even at the National Cathedral in Washington. The winning side confidently reconciled with the losing side for common interests. The losing side also did not feel embarrassed or self-pity to join hands in healing all wounds and brokenness. The greatness of a nation is shown through the tolerant behavior of individuals in harsh circumstances. The image of the Japanese huddling together in earthquakes, natural disasters shows us why they are a country both rich and noble. Or a Germany during Hitler's time, once proud of the superior Aryan race to cause disaster for millions of people in World War II. Yet the German nation escaped personal hatred, scars of the past to integrate the East and West into a stronger, wealthier nation. Even today, both the President and Chancellor of Germany were born and raised in East Germany. Germany revived thanks to daring to look back at its mistakes, being more tolerant to become a nation respected by the world. A leading power in the European community. Attitude determines behavior, behavior determines destiny. Tolerance is the attitude that determines the value, destiny of a person and from there determines the life of a country. Have you understood why tolerance is the core value of soft power yet? In conclusion, tolerance is the cornerstone of soft power, as it enables countries to disseminate their values and promote understanding and respect across international borders. By fostering tolerance, we can create a more inclusive, compassionate, and prosperous global society. And this is a powerful message that we should all strive to share. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and have a fantastic day.